So I'm actually going to start with a video, so you won't see me first, but if we can play that, please, that'd be great.
What you're looking at are not just children's drawings, they're children's dreams. In 2017, Education and Employers, a UK-based charity, asked some 20,000 primary school pupils in the United Kingdom and in 19 other countries to draw what they want to be when they grow up. These pictures of sports stars and doctors, teachers and veterinarians show you that kids as young as 7 already have big plans for themselves. But some children are setting limits to their own ambitions. For example, the most popular job choices among girls from more advantaged families are architect, engineer, and vet. But among girls from more deprived families, the favorite choices are hairdresser, nurse, sales assistant, and beauty therapist. The OECD Programme for International Student Assessment, or PISA, finds that while most 15-year-olds already have a good idea about the kind of career they want to pursue, their choices have little in common with the reality of the job market. Some schools have already opened their doors to local doctors and firefighters and engineers, to the benefit of both the children and the adults involved. Think of it as a kind of show and tell. It may be child's play, but it can help fire kids' imagination and ambition. It can get them thinking about how the things they learn in school are related to the jobs they might do later on. Many of us have taken our daughters and sons to work. It's now time to take our work to school.
Okay, so that hopefully gives you a little bit of a taste of what I'm just about to talk about. And there's a longer version of that video available online as well. So what we do, and this conference today is really talking about, we've heard it in the last 2 speeches or so, technology and technology's impact on the workforce and the workforce of tomorrow. The need to diversify and sort of future talent pipeline and to continuously learn as well. We don't know everything for certain about the workforce of tomorrow, but what we do know is that we will not know how many jobs there are, we will not know the complete impact of AI and technology, and it's going to be very different for young people entering that workforce to when perhaps we entered the workforce, whenever that was. And that, for me, makes it even more important that as a charity we exist, and we do so by connecting the world of work with education, so we can provide young people with role models so they can understand and broaden their horizons. You saw primary school age children in that video, so we're not here to say you need to have at a primary age a decision about what career you want. Absolutely not. This is about broadening horizons, opening up their eyes to possibilities, and also starting to break down the type of stereotypes that they might already have. And gender stereotypes are one of those that start from a really young age. From ages 6 or 7, girls and boys start thinking about particular jobs as for women and for men. And the way that we can help break that down is simple. It's by getting to talk to young people about what you do so they can see both relatable role models and see people that are different and start to break down those perceptions. So, as I said, I'm Katy. I'm a director at the charity Education and Employers. We're a UK-based charity, and we do 2 things. So, first, we have programs that connect volunteers in the world of work to schools, and I'll talk to that in a second. And the second is that we do research into employer engagement and education. Because if I'm going to stand here today, and I am going to ask you to volunteer, and I'm going to ask you to ask your staff to volunteer, I want to do so from a position of knowing that it will actually have a real impact on the young people that you're talking to. And our research has shown that. So we've linked up with organisations such as the OECD, Teach First, government organisations, Careers and Enterprise Company, if you know about them. And we've really shown through longitudinal studies that by meeting young people and then engaging with the world of work through their education, it will have an impact for later. So an oft-quoted stat that is used, and sometimes nobody knows it is come from us, is the one where if a young person can recall 4 or more interactions with the world of work across their education, and that might be a career talk, mock interviews, work experience, then they're less likely to end up NEET, so not in education, employment and training, at the age of around 25, and they're more likely to have wage premiums. So this is a real economic impact and the actual result from actually getting you to meet with people from schools and getting them to have an experience of the world of work. So then we do it through programs. So we want to make sure that we can deliver programs that enable volunteers in the world of work to very easily get into schools and to connect with the world of education. We have a program called Inspiring the Future, which some of you may know, Primary Futures, which helps with the primary school age, and Inspiring Governance, because we're also trying to look at how we fill thousands of governor posts across schools across the UK at the moment. And we do so from technology. So why do we use technology? We really wanted to make sure that we can do this at scale, at a low cost to us. It's free for you, but at a low cost to us, and on a sustainable basis that enables schools to still be at the heart of ensuring what they need for their pupils and what's most appropriate for their pupils. We use Salesforce as a CRM, so for those that know that, they'll start understanding what that enables us to do. It means that it's really simple. The people, your staff, can sign up, put a little bit about themselves, schools can find them and invite them into a range of activities, and also those staff can express interest in activities that are local to them. But because it's a database, it means we can provide you as employers some really good analytical reporting about how many of your staff have actually registered to volunteer, how many have gone in to volunteer, the number of young people they've engaged with, the number of hours of volunteering, because that's all sort of based on the database. We also get feedback which tells us a bit about the outcomes that has happened for young people, volunteers and teachers, and then our research tells us what those outcomes lead to, which is a real impact over the long term. So the ask here is very simple. It's please volunteer, and please get your staff to volunteer. We're here today, so we've got a stand, we've got bits in the brochure and stuff, so you can see lots of more about us, but Inspiring the Future and Inspiring Governance. And whilst we know that it has a real impact for young people, we also know that it has an impact for you as employers. As you're looking to kind of have a new diversity in your future talent pipeline, as you're looking to have different routes for people to come into your workforce, whether that's through apprenticeships or through sort of graduate routes. And also when you're looking at your middle leadership and how you develop leadership skills, how you gain board skills, Inspiring Governance provides a real impact for that. It's also fun. So going into schools, meeting young people can be really fun. We've got lots of guidance and resources we can provide for those people who are a bit more daunted, maybe people that didn't really enjoy school as much. And this is available and open to everybody, from the apprentices right to the CEOs, because we really want to make sure that young people see that variety of role models, variety of people from all backgrounds who all have something really relevant and useful to say, even if it is, I didn't really like school, but I wish I'd known X, Y, Z, and here's how I got to where I got to today. That is as relevant as the very inspirational stories that talk about school and loving school in the same way. So available to everybody, and so everybody can volunteer. We can help you out with communications to your staff on that in terms of materials we've got, the research we've got that shows it makes a difference. And you can make sure that your staff stay in control of their volunteering. So they can accept and decline invitations. You can put out to staff around your HR policies around volunteering in terms of the number of days or hours you might be able to provide. Information around sort of what they need to be saying around your organisation, if there's key messages you want to get out. But more than that, and you'll do that more at secondary level, this is about broadening those horizons and getting the link between what they're learning and the world of work. So that's what I'm asking for today. Please come and see us. We've got a stand. We've got information in your brochures. I know that some of you will be doing this already. I think I spotted Bank of America Merrill Lynch, who are our corporate lead supporter here somewhere. They've worked with us for years, so do talk to other organisations because they have worked on things like this. But it can complement existing programmes that you've already got, because this opens it up for all staff to be involved in. So that's it. We're a small charity. We're looking to make a really big impact, and we can only do so with your help. So please get involved and come and talk to us later. Thank you. Thank you.